Hello. Today is the beginning of our 4th week together in Inward Bound Bootcamp for Self-Transformation. It's a big deal. You've gone through this process of exploring incrementally who you are, what gets in your way, what are those things that limit your freedom to explore and be yourself, how to notice those little tiny increments of fear that show up and make you uncomfortable and make you kind of do things that are not necessarily growing you and expanding you. So you've been doing a lot of work. You've been exploring perhaps darker, we call them darker, but they're just deeper places in yourself that have been scary to you. Perhaps you didn't want to go there. You find something you didn't want to know about yourself. And little by little, you're exploring these places and finding out that there's really nothing inside that would scare you anymore. It might still be scary, but there's like, I'm okay with that. I can handle that. So you've come a long way. So thank you for staying present and staying with me in this process. So here on day 16, we are talking about this place where you're beginning to emerge potentially from your cocoon. You're beginning to be aware of conscious elements that were never available to you. You're becoming aware of life unfolding in a way that meant that you didn't have to worry about life so much. That you found that if you, and you may have heard this before, that when you go halfway, the universe will meet you, and together you'll co-create from there. And that's been my experience over and over again. That when I move in the direction of faith and trusting that this process is actually all there is in terms of continuing to explore myself, seeing my limitations, and removing those limitations, the universe rewards me so often with an effortless unfolding of something that I was unexpected. And so here we are in day 16, and you may have been noticing those things already, but I just want to bring them more to awareness of you're beginning to uplift yourself. In a sense, if you're a plane on the ground and you take off and you begin to climb and grow through cloud layers and different atmospheric processes, you come to a place of a cruising altitude that's comfortable. And it's like, wow, that's really cool. I'm at a different level of consciousness, and it becomes more effortless. Now, does that mean that you never go back down to the ground? Does that mean that you won't ever have emotional frustrations? Is it mean that you will never have hard times? No, because we're always here to learn and grow ourselves to the next level of mastery. You're mastering this process that you're learning in boot camp. You're learning to master this ability to be self-aware and to change the things you can, to notice the difference. You're growing your mastery to allow your intuition to guide you in ways that perhaps you haven't before. You're allowing yourself to potentially receive things in a way that you didn't even know that you were keeping yourself from doing. So all of these things are part of this growing your awareness. So tomorrow we'll be talking about another layer of this process. So part of this process is that we're not just going up and up and up, but the process is going up, and as any good pilot knows, they got to come down and ground themselves in a good way on the planet, and so that they can be able to take off again. So we're going up and down, in and out of challenging circumstances. As long as we're on this planet, in this human vehicle, this body, we'll be doing this. And so you're becoming more competent and courageous to take on this practice. So what I want you to do for today is continue to sense into who you are in this moment, who you are today. Continue to sense into how you are experiencing yourself potentially how you're different than you were just even a week ago or 2 or 3 weeks ago. Just notice how you're perhaps perceiving the world or other people. Notice how you might be questioning reality. Notice how you might be being with fear. There's a piece that I've written a long time ago, and I'll put the link in below, of taking off, lifting off. I don't remember the title, but I'll put it down below. And it's here's what's necessary for you to lift off and go in the direction of where you want to go. And you'll be doing this over and over and over again. And that's a cool thing. And you might go, oh my God, I didn't even want to do it once, but now I've done it once. I don't want to do it again. Like, don't make me do it again. It's like, you don't have to do it again. But you're growing the capacity to do it over and over again if you need to. All right? All right. So continue to sense into this. Use your journal to document what you're sensing. Use your journal to see the different experiences that you've had. The one thing that's really important, and I don't think I've said this for a couple of weeks, is that we can only learn who we are through a direct experience of ourselves. So when I'm telling you things, I'm only telling you of my direct experience and perhaps the experiences that I'm aware of with other people. Each of you has to have your own direct experience to grow yourself into self-transformation. Nobody does this for you. Can't wave my magic wand. I can only support and empower you to support and empower yourself to know that you have these great capacities to have a great life. And that's what I want for you. All right, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to this, and please share it with other people. And if you have something to say or have a question to ask, please leave comments below. Perhaps you have doubts or resistance, or you don't want to do this. Please share those things with us, because it really helps other people know that they're not alone in their resistance or I don't want to do this anymore. It's too hard. It's too scary. It helps other people know that they're not alone. All right. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.